You won't believe what this billionaire soldier saw when she returned to her family estate, a single dad dancing barefoot in the rain, holding the hands of her paralyzed twin daughters. What followed left her completely speechless. Before we dive into this unforgettable story, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon, because stories like this, they remind us of the good that still exists in the world. It had been nearly 2 years since Major Alina Ross, a decorated war hero and heiress to one of the country's largest tech fortunes, had stepped foot in her hometown. War had changed her, not just her body, marked with scars and a slight limp from a roadside bomb, but her heart, hardened by the loss of comrades and sleepless nights. Her wealth was vast, but her soul felt empty. Alina had left behind 2 precious daughters, Ava and Arya, twins who had once run into her arms after every mission. But tragedy struck 1 month before her last tour. A drunk driver ran a red light, hitting the family vehicle. Her husband didn't survive, and the twins, only 4 at the time, suffered spinal damage that left them paralyzed from the waist down. Racked with guilt and unable to bear the weight of seeing her daughters confined to wheelchairs, Alina extended her service, burying herself in combat zones, feeling more alive dodging bullets than facing the reality at home. Back at her estate, the once bustling mansion stood quiet. Her household staff had been let go. In her absence, her late husband's younger brother had stepped in to help, but he couldn't manage it all. Eventually, a local caregiver was hired, a soft-spoken, widowed single dad named Liam. Liam was nothing like Alina expected. A former dance instructor whose studio had closed during the pandemic, he now worked part-time caregiving to support his 6-year-old son, Milo. He had no degrees, no medals, no fame, just a heart that overflowed with quiet strength and empathy. And while the world raced around him, Liam moved with a gentleness that made the twins smile again. Alina's return was unannounced. She stepped onto the grounds of her estate on a rainy afternoon, the sky gray and the grass slick with mist. From a distance, she saw movement near the garden. There, under the weeping willow her husband had once planted, stood Liam. Water soaked through his shirt, but he didn't care. His feet moved rhythmically, gliding across the lawn in slow, graceful steps. And in each hand, he held one of her daughters, their tiny hands curled around his fingers. He moved them with him, guiding their arms in dance, as their wheelchairs twirled gently with the motion. And they were laughing. Alina froze. Tears welled up in her eyes, not from sadness, but from something deeper. The twins' laughter rang louder than any applause she'd ever heard. She hadn't heard them laugh like that in years. All this time, she had imagined them broken. But here they were, dancing. Liam didn't notice her at first. He was too focused, his eyes on the girls, whispering, "You're not broken. You're just learning a different way to shine." When he finally saw her, he stopped mid-step. Embarrassed, he gently let go of the girl's hands and started to apologize, but Alina held up her hand. Her voice trembled as she said, "Don't stop. Please, don't stop." That evening, over tea, Liam told her everything. How Ava had started humming again. How Arya had learned to paint with her toes. How Milo had become their little brother, fiercely protective and always making them giggle. "You didn't just care for them," Alina whispered. "You gave them life again." Liam shook his head. "They saved me. After my wife died, I forgot how to breathe. But they made me remember. Every smile, every tiny win. They're stronger than they know." Alina, for the first time in years, felt something unlock inside her, a pain long buried and a love long withheld. The next morning, she didn't suit up for battle. Instead, she joined Liam and the girls. They danced again. This time, Alina held Arya's hand, moving slowly, awkwardly at first, until Liam caught her hand in his, and together, they led the girls under the sun. The days that followed brought changes. Alina funded a new dance therapy center for children with disabilities, the Willow Movement, named after the tree under which she saw her daughters dance again. Liam was hired to run the center full-time. His teaching reignited a passion in the community, drawing in children, families, and volunteers. Milo, Ava, and Arya became the heart of the program, showing others that movement wasn't about legs, but about courage. And Alina. She stepped back from war, this time, to fight a different battle. She became an advocate for veterans, for single parents, for disabled children, for anyone who felt forgotten. She gave speeches, wrote books, but more importantly, she spent every morning dancing in the garden with her girls. One evening, while watching the twins perform a dance recital with other children in wheelchairs, Alina turned to Liam. Tears.